All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 19 of the Ear Hustling Podcast. You got your boy James here and Eric. Eric, what's going on, man?
Not too much. Really looking forward to the show.
Yeah,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
I'm not going to talk too much because, like you said to just a few moments ago, good chance that I'll probably say something that's going to get me in trouble.
It's a guarantee. It's a guarantee, bro. One of us is going to get in trouble today, and it's not just us. Luckily, we got backup. We got Simon and we got Jeff on here, too. Fellas, first off, what's up to y'all?
Hey, nothing much, man. How you doing?
How's it going?
Good. So I don't know who's gonna be the first one to get in trouble. I've already sent a message to my cousin Shani and said it's probably gonna be me. But so we'll see. But let's go ahead and jump in. Guys, we got a great show today. Eric, why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about the show today?
This particular show is a couple show. So what we've done is, sorry about the feedback. What we did is that we've invited our significant others. You know, some of us are married, some of us are engaged. We basically are just going to try to live the love and marriage theme. So we've got some lovely women that support us in all of our endeavors. They love us in spite of our faults, and we love them because they're perfect.
That is a true statement, but I am without fault, sir.
Ooh, and you just told your first one.
I did. All right, so listeners, what we did, we sent out 15 questions to everyone on the panel. Before we get into those questions, why don't we go around and let everyone introduce themselves? You will definitely see some familiar faces, and you also probably see some people or see people for the first time that have commented on some posts, like our road manager, Shay. But let's go around and everyone introduce themselves. Jeff, let's start with you, sir.
Hey, Jeff Suber, Detroit, Michigan.
Perfect. Shani.
Good evening. My name is LaShawn Suber. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I am married to Jeffrey Suber. We've been married for 22 years.
22 years. All right. Spencer.
I have to remember the mute button. I'm Spencer Tyler. I'm born and raised in Detroit. And my husband and I, we have been married 17 years.
So Simon.
Hi guys, how's it going? My name is Simon from Detroit, and like my wife, I also have been married 17 years.
So either this is a coincidence or y'all married to each other.
Right.
All right. Pinky.
All right, my name is Alondria, aka Pinky, little inside joke with me and James. And I am Eric's significant other. We have reunited again from 30 years ago, and we have been back together for a year.
Awesome. Miss Shay.
I am Shay Montgomery. Originally from Detroit, Michigan, live in Atlanta. Yeah, the D. And I have been putting up with James Montgomery for 18 years, married for nearly 17 years in July.
So this is something I find very interesting, and I saw this as I was looking over everyone's question and answer. Shay and I have been married for 17 years, and we're like, wow, that's a long time. It's flown by. But we're the youngest married couple on here when it comes to length of time. Spencer and Simon, you got us beat by like 2 months. So I don't know how I feel about being 17 years in and still being the newbies on the block. So I don't know how I feel about that.
It never changes. It seems like it's always somebody who's been married twice as long.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
James, you should have popped the question sooner. That's your fault.
Right.
Hey,
He did. He was rejected.
that's a true statement.
Ooh.
But
Ooh.
persistence and light-skinnedness got her to say yes. All right, so I alluded to 15 questions that we sent out to the panel, and at this time, hopefully you guys have that handy. We want to go through each and every question and see how well do you know your significant other, your spouse, or your significant other. So question number 1, and Spencer, Shay and I sent our questions to her. so she can fact check to make sure that we have this correct. Did you look at it, Spencer, to see how we did?
I didn't, but it's gonna be fun doing it live.
It is. It is. I'll be honest. I'm going to confess. It is. I'm going to confess. I kept asking Shay, like, hey, you want to look at it each other just so we know? She's like, nope. She held true to that. So
cheat, huh?
I a little bit. But I wasn't going to change nothing.
Cheating, you're not trying.
Shame.
I wasn't going to change nothing. I just wanted to get heads up on where I may be wrong. That's all it was.
Yeah.
All right. So the first question is, what is your favorite movie? So, Jeff, let's start with you. What is your favorite movie?
Hands down, it's the Temptations movie.
All right. And the follow-up, Shani, what is Shani's favorite movie? Not to you, Shani. Jeff, what do you say her favorite movie is?
Oh, without a doubt, it would be The Color Purple.
So, Shani, is your favorite movie The Color Purple?
Yes.
All right, awesome. All right. And did you say his favorite movie was The Temptation?
I sure did.
All right. Perfect. All right, so we're 1 for 1 there. Spencer, what is your favorite movie?
The Godfather.
Simon, did you say that?
I said The Godfather 3.
All right, so Spencer, is it Godfather 3 or is it The Godfather?
It's totally the Godfather 1. Godfather 3 is suck.
Oh.
I thought you said you liked that one. I thought it was bad.
I mean, it was bad, but I mean, of course, I like it because it's the Godfather. But hands down, the first one.
Okay, all right.
Or maybe the second one, the first one. But I like the first one.
I'll take that one. You know what? Nice. I mean, I had the right franchise.
You did.
He was in the ballpark. He was in the ballpark. So Spencer, what is Simon's favorite movie?
Oh,
Don't
man,
try to
that
change
was
your
really-
answer now.
oh man, that was really hard. Okay, so let me see what I said. That's right. I'm supposed to be looking at what I said, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said it was Star Wars.
Simon?
It's the right franchise. Which one?
Oh, can you stop that? Wow, your favorite Star? You want me to pick your favorite Star Wars?
Come on,
movie?
Spencer, 17 years. You're supposed to know this. Oh, God, I just said that.
I know his favorite scenes. I guess his favorite one would be Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, so close. Thanks for trying. No, I said episode 4, A New Hope.
Oh, okay. All right, I
Alon-
can see that. That's respectable.
Alondra, what's your favorite movie?
I put the Tyler Perry movies rather.
All right, so
Now, can you really pick a certain one? Because I love all of his movies.
okay. Eric, what did you say her favorite movie was?
Medea Goes to Jail.
All right, so see, Alondra gave like the whole franchise, and Eric just had to pick one. So that was just throwing a pebble into the ocean.
Yeah, that was a layup.
Right.
No, you said what is the favorite movie? Not
I did.
Franchise or series.
I did.
So
I
that
did.
is a movie.
That was a layup.
That was. I think we know who the cheaters are. Alondra, what is Eric's favorite movie?
Excuse me.
Oh wait, you're listening. I'm my bad.
Yeah, you could get in trouble too.
Yeah,
All
I know
right.
I am.
All right.
What is
Okay,
Eric's favorite
so-
movie?
Actually, I don't even remember putting it down, but he gonna get me because he likes Star Wars too. Eric look at TV so much, I really don't know what his favorite is. I made everything from the Young and the Restless all the way up. He looks at everything, but
You
I would
like
say Star-
everything.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
first of all,
I would say Star Wars simply because he's been looking at that ever since we met when we was in our teens.
Okay, so Eric, is that correct?
no.
Oh, what's your favorite movie? Young and the
Star
Restless?
Star Trek, the motion picture.
Oh. So should she get half a point since she has star right?
Yeah, well, you know what? This is what I've learned. In any relationship, a man can either be right or a man can be happy.
Choose to be
I
happy.
choose to be happy. So dang it should be Star Trek, but I'm gonna start watching Star Wars because you said
That's right. I agree. Good answer.
That was great. That was great.
thank you.
All right.
And for the record, the soap opera, it's not Young and the Restless, it's Days of Our
What is
Lives.
Days of Our Lives? You watch all of them. Days of Our Lives. I'm sorry, that's his favorite. Days of Our Lives.
Y'all realize this is the first question, right? Y'all do realize we're getting hot already after one question. So
wait till your turn comes up.
Yeah, it's my turn now. So Shay, what is your favorite movie?
The Devil Wears Prada.
What?
You know, I like The Color Purple too. I have a lot of favorite movies, but I have to go with The Devil Wears Prada.
You don't know what you're talking about. I said her favorite movie was The Color Purple. All right, Shay, what do you say my favorite movie is?
I'm sorry, babe. I really don't know. I said Primal Fear. I don't know.
See, I gave 3 choices. I said A Star Is Born, Don't Judge Me, panel. I said The Temptations and Remember the Titans. So you had 3 chances.
I'm sorry.
See, man, that movie was good. That movie was good.
I don't think I've ever saw that movie, James.
Really? Oh, you
Watch
missed
it tonight.
Yeah,
We may
it's
watch
good
it tonight.
stuff. All right, question number 2. If you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be? Jeff, what did you? Let's start somewhere else. Simon, what did Spencer say?
Okay, for Spencer, I had a dolphin.
All right, is that right, Spencer?
Actually, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, that's right.
Awesome.
That's right.
Dolphin?
Yep.
And Simon, what would your animal be?
At the risk of sounding like Tiger King, I said tiger.
Okay. And Spencer, what did you say?
Okay, so I totally thought you might think Tiger King. So I said lion, but
Big cat.
In the cat family. That's close.
All right. So let's go to the comedy bunch here. Eric, what would your animal be?
It would be a cat, a black and white cat.
Why black and white? When I
Because
saw
it's
that,
a-
I said I had to ask you, why a black and white? Why so specific?
You know what? First pet that I ever had was a black and white kitten.
Okay. Okay. All right. Alondra, is that what you said?
Oh, I really didn't at the time when I was filling it out. I really didn't know, so I put a dog too because. But
Okay. That's safe.
I guess I should have figured it out because that's all he wants. He wants the cat, and I don't want no cats running off.
All right. So, Eric, what did you say for Alondria?
Alondria likes dogs.
Is that correct,
So I
Alondria?
Yep, dogs. And I didn't put this down specifically, but I'm thinking one of those little handheld dogs, like a Shih Tzu or whatever you call them things, or a Chihuahua, something small.
Yes,
Is that correct, Alondria?
yes, because he won't get me down.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yes.
Shani, let's put the heat on you now. What pet would you want?
Well, I'm a diehard dog lover, so dog. I have 2, so I love dogs.
Jeff, is that what you said?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Shani, what would Jeff want?
A dog.
Jeff, is that right?
That's correct.
All right, we're on a roll here. Shay, let's not leave anyone disappointed. So I will go first this time. So I would want a monkey. Shay, what did you say I would want?
A monkey. And
Yes.
I'm going to tell on James, y'all.
Oh,
James
God.
is not.
You know, where's that mute button? Where's that mute button?
No. Y'all.
Let's hear it, cousin.
No.
Let's hear
James
it.
is in love with this little monkey on YouTube or what's that little thing you watch?
He's on TikTok.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
not on YouTube.
What's his name? Gatelin?
Yes.
And James likes this little monkey named Gaten, y'all. And he's always asking, can he have one? So
And they allow visitors. They're in South Carolina. I'm going soon. Anyway, and I said Shay would want a raccoon.
sorry, I changed my answer. I said a koala bear.
What? You never talked about a koala bear. All right, just to let y'all know, this is a family show, but it's not a family show. So that's bullshit. She's never said nothing about no koala bear.
Now you know you don't. You know you don't do that because I've been holding back.
I know you have. You've been doing good. You've been doing good.
Oh, man.
James, see, look what you've done, James. Look what you've done.
You can open the floodgates now,
The
bro.
floodgates.
Open them up.
All right, so yeah, for real. Question number 3, have you ever shoplifted? Eric, let's start. Alondra, let's start with you. Has Eric ever shoplifted?
I don't think so. He just don't. I don't know. He don't seem like the type though.
Okay, Eric, have you?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
See, I was finna say something that I ain't gonna say.
That was in my youth. I was maybe about 8 or 9.
In our last podcast, didn't you say you're still in your youth? I'm just asking.
James, you just begging for me to whip your ass. Ain't you?
Alondra, how about you? Have you ever shoplifted?
No.
Eric, what did you say?
No.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Jeff, has Shani ever shoplifted?
Yes.
Is that true, Shani?
Yes, when I was 9 years old, I wanted.
Really nice voice.
Why we got stories? Why we got stories?
When I was 9 years old, I always loved like makeup and lip gloss and stuff, but I wanted some chapstick, so I shoplifted some chapstick.
What made you steal the chapstick?
We older.
So
a long time ago, I'm dating myself. It was a commercial, and it was a skier. Her name was Susie Chapstick, and she was going down the slopes, and then she would stop and put her chapstick on.
She committed a crime because of the commercial she saw on TV.
I was 9.
Nice. All right.
That's effective advertising.
Right?
Yes, I was just about to say
They should
that.
hire me, right? Yeah.
And just for the record, I think the age of accountability is 12.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mine is from 1 on up because I had the craziest mama in the world, and I saw her take my brother to the policeman when he took a little card and put it in his pocket. She took him to the policeman, so I never ever picked it.
That was your lesson.
Yeah.
Jeff, how about you? Have you ever shoplifted?
Yes, sir.
Shani, what was your answer? All right.
It was yes.
So Spencer and Simon. Spencer, has Simon ever shoplifted?
Yes.
Simon, is that true?
Yes.
Simon, did you say, I'm sorry, Spencer, have you shoplifted?
Yes.
And what was your answer, Simon?
Yes.
All right. Oh, that
How
leaves
could you
Shay
think
and
I would do something like that? I'm joking.
I don't want to tell no stories.
Shay, you and I. It's on you first, Shay. Have you ever shoplifted?
Yes, as a kid.
No, once again, we only know disclaimers.
Yeah, okay. I shoplifted from a store in Linwood. Yeah, I did it.
But what about yesterday at Walmart?
No.
I'm just kidding. I said yes, you did as well. Me, have I ever shoplifted?
Yes.
Why you sound so positive? That is true. I have as well. All right, question number 4. And I wasn't
I'm
even a
sorry.
kid.
1 second. 1 second. You mean to tell me the only person who's never shoplifted is you, Alondria?
As I said again, I had a crazy mother. And not only was she saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, she had a gun as well. I ran across that field many days with bullets flying across my head. No, sir.
Ooh, okay.
Alrighty
Next
then.
question. Try to
Alright.
implicate Sadie P.
All right, next question. And I'm not going to go through all of these guys because we definitely have some topics that we want to discuss as well. Favorite season. Jeff, what is Shani's favorite season?
Fall.
Shani, is that correct?
That is correct. We had our daughter in the fall.
Awesome. And Jeff, what is your favorite season?
Fall for a different reason. Although I love my daughter and I'm glad she's here. It's also football season.
It is. It is. Shani, did you say fall?
Of course.
Of course. Awesome.
Football season, we all know, yeah.
Yep. All right, Simon, what's your favorite season?
Fall.
Spencer,
Sports
did you say
season.
fall? Of course. Spencer, did you say fall?
I did.
All right, Simon, what is Spencer's favorite season?
I said summer.
You got 4 choices. You got a 25% here, bro. Spencer, did he get it right?
Probably not.
No. It's fall.
So I got a question. Did y'all just meet Or I'm not sure how many of y'all got right so far. I'm just asking.
Oh, it's gonna be some nice conversation later.
Oh, that errand y'all about to run is about to get real serious.
Oh, gosh. I'm gonna run by myself.
Eric, what is your favorite
Yes.
season?
Fall.
Alondra, did you say fall?
No, I said summer.
All right. Eric, what is Alondra's favorite season?
Londra's favorite season, summer.
Is that correct, Alondra?
No, it's spring.
And y'all have known each other for 30 years, you said. I'm just trying to keep track here in my mind. That's all.
We reunited after 30 years.
Things change.
Between that.
That's what it was.
Well, we
Things
didn't
change.
talk then. Yeah, a lot of things changed. And I was too young back then. I wasn't thinking about if he liked summer, spring, winter, or fall. We were teenagers. What do teenagers and young adults do?
What do they do, Alondra?
We can't say over the air.
We weren't thinking about no spring or summer or fall.
Shay, you're up, ma'am. What is your favorite season?
Spring.
I got that one right. What is my favorite season?
Fall.
We finally got two right. All right, we're going to jump ahead here. We're really about to put the dudes on blast. I'm sorry, y'all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
James.
Well, this is going to be easy for you, Eric. I saw your answer. What date did you get engaged? Simon, let's start with you, sir.
Oh, I know that smile.
Right?
I'm gonna say March 2002.
No, what
Come
date?
on.
So we need another.
Oh,
you're missing
wow.
something there.
Okay.
The actual day?
March 11th.
March 11th, 2002. Yeah. Spencer, how close is he?
Okay, so I'm usually the one that's bad with dates, not Simon. So I picked like March of 03.
So neither one of y'all know.
Well, wait. Yeah, I guess not.
All right. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it was one of those things like we should get married by now. Yeah, you want to get married? It wasn't like a date.
Okay.
Well, see, the reason I'm thrown off is because whenever somebody asks us how long we've been married, I say 17 years. But she says, but we've been together for 19. So I figured that she would have said we got engaged 2 years prior to us getting married. But
no, it was when you said we might as well just go ahead and let's just lock this down.
You know, hearing you say it back, it sounds beautiful.
You know what?
It's so romantic.
Jeff, when did you pop that question?
I have no idea.
No idea. Shani, do you remember?
You know what? I don't remember the actual date. I remember like Spencer and Simon, like the month and the year. That was 24 years ago. We've been together 24 years and married 22.
Yeah.
Lord, we old now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't, it's June 97.
Somewhere around there. One of those 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shay, I love asking you this question. What date did we get engaged?
September something, 2002.
The correct answer is September 13th, 2002. But I'll give you half credit. No, I won't. All right. So, Eric, what question do you want to start with the panel?
Let's see. You know what? We're going to go with this one. Question number 7. Who is better with money between you and your spouse? James.
Oh, me? Oh, that's easy.
Yes.
Shay.
And Shay, is that true?
So true. James is a spender. You cannot take James in a store. James cannot go to the store alone.
His question was a one-word answer. Shay or James. That's it.
You can be right, James, or you can be happy. I'm afraid to even have Alondria speak on this, so I probably should just get it over with. Alondria, who's better with money,
course.
you or I? You, of course.
Yes.
And what do you think I said?
Me, you better have. You don't You don't know how to be conservative with money.
Well, hun,
No, don't defend yourself. You are
when
not.
it comes to you, no, I'm
You
not
know what?
defending myself.
I'm gonna give them a little bit of credit because I like to shop, but I limit myself to what I'm going to spend. I know what I'm going in there for, and da 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 da. So I got onto him one time about not having some pants that I wanted him to have. Now every time we go in the store, he's shopping and I'm the one waiting. So therefore, I done had to give him a limit, and I done had to get up another household expense. And so with the household expense, I just put some money over there extra because I already know that when we go in the store, he's gonna spend a little extra. So I just bring the house expense card out. You ain't gonna be spending up my extra money.
Oh.
I put it in the house expense. He don't know how to act.
The benefits of having a country girl. Simon, you or Spencer, who's better with money?
Okay, I struggle with this one because, I mean, I feel like we're better in different ways. I feel like she's better at appropriating funds, and I'm better at saving and hanging on to money. But you know, being a man, I'm trained to dogmatically say I'm better, so that's what I said.
And judging by the look on Spencer's face, Spencer.
Let me see what I actually said, because that threw me off. Okay, so I said Simon is better. He would say I was.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to clarify, so you both are agreeing that Simon is better with the money?
Yeah, he is, by virtue of the fact that he can save it.
Okay, all right.
I can't
All
save
right.
a dime. I can't.
All right, fair enough. And so last but not least, LaShawn, who's better?
I'm better. He calls me the boss of finance.
Yeah, well, you're a smart man.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just guess that you're going to agree that she
absolutely.
is the. Okay.
Absolutely. No argument.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Right. So I'm going to change it up a bit now. So y'all got a chance to study those questions. The next few questions I have, y'all didn't study for because y'all didn't know what's coming.
Uh-oh.
Let's get this one over with.
Oh, I'm having some connectivity issues.
Yeah. How do you handle arguments? Let's start with whoever wants to jump in. I'm not even going to call a name. Whoever wants to jump in.
I'll walk away and say, yes, dear. Okay.
Does that work?
Most of the time it does.
Huh.
We used to be real bad because when I tried that tactic years ago, and she would just follow me around. And I tried to walk away, and she would still be yap. And I'm like, just leave me alone. You win. Okay, I don't want to talk about it no more. And then we kind of got that together, and she won't do that as much anymore. So.
But now he said that when things going too well, I like to start an argument every quarter.
Every quarter. I'm looking just about by look at the calendar and tell when it's going down because we get along so well, but then it could be the slightest little thing, and here we go. And I'm like, damn, is it that time already? You know.
So about four times a year, he said I start an argument every quarter. So
okay.
Are different than what it used to be. So, and
I'm so
glad.
Trivial. It's just like you just gotta do. When that quarter comes around, it's like, okay, let's start an argument. Really nothing.
Make sure you still got it.
Yeah, every quarter, like clockwork. But it was cool, man. We don't argue much at all. We used to be bad in the early years, but it's gotten a lot better. Like I say, I'll take the every quarter and just tell her, leave me alone, and that's the end of it.
Okay. Who wants to share next? Shay, it looked like you came off mute, so I think you want to say something.
I'm off of mute. As long as James apologizes, then we're good. I'm right. I'm always right. We had an argument today. You said you were going to tell on me. Go ahead.
I was. So this is going to be tricky, but I'm going to tell on her. So I did my work. We working from home right now. We both are. So
don't get us in trouble.
I'm not going to get us in trouble, so I'm trying to be careful here. So I did my work early, like a good employee, right? And oh crap, I did my work early, no problem. And someone was preparing for their work day. I'll put it that way. They were preparing for their work day. When I got done with my work, someone else still had work to do. That someone being Shay.
Get to the point.
So while she was doing her work, I picked up my video game controller to play a video game. I said, I'm gonna pass some time. She looked over at me and she said, it's my turn to play. I'm like, you're working. So she got mad, and I will post a picture, but I will really get in trouble. She got on the couch with arms folded and pouting because she wasn't playing the game. So I told her that I was going to tell on her. So the way we argue is, I do have to apologize first. No doubt about that. I'm not quite sure I've ever heard her say I'm sorry.
Don't lie.
Okay. I've heard it. You said to someone else, but I've definitely apologized. I definitely apologize, and we've done a lot better in getting past arguments as well. So, anything to add, Shay?
As long as you apologize first, I think she's good with the rest of the answer, right?
Pretty much. Anyone else want to share how they get past arguments?
Alondria?
I'll jump in because most of the time I'm the one that starts the argument. I have this little, I guess I was by myself for a while, and so I'm used to running everything. I have 5 kids, have 2 grandkids. I'm used to running everything. So at first, Eric was pretty much letting me run everything. So when he started telling me no, it became a problem. So I began to nag a little bit. And then when he walk off, I'm like, he'll walk off and that make me so mad. I'd be ready to pop him upside his head. And you know who Pinky is. I'd be saying, I'm glad they done took Pinky away from me. I'd be knock you upside your head with Pinky. And he is so calm with it until it really pisses me off. I'm like, how can he be so calm? And I'm sitting up here going off, da 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 da. And then he would literally turn around. If we're in the bed and I'm fussing, he'll literally turn around, look at me, and then turn back around. I was like, do you know you laying down and you might not get back up? But I can say in the past few months, I have been learning to calm down, and I've learned how to apologize. Because at first I wouldn't care. I'm like, Shay, you apologize, and I wouldn't. But I'm learning that in a relationship, it's a give and take. Sometimes I'm gonna have to bow down. I'm not gonna bow down too much, but sometimes you're gonna have to bow down. So I'm learning.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet. And how can I lay down when you mad I have professed Jesus Christ as my Lord and personal Savior? So
you do that every day that you wake up, you don't never know when you're gonna leave.
I do that, but especially when we laying down and you mad, I do it twice.
See, you know what? I'm finna go on and enlighten everybody because we've been talking all over y'all head, and Eric and James is not gonna let it go. I was raised up in the country. In the country, you got these raccoons and deer and all this run around. So we was taught at an early age how to use a gun. Well, I'm the outspoken one. I'm the black sheep of the 4, as you say, as they would all say. So I'm gonna use my gun, and I'm gonna use it before you get me. So even though I never shoplift, I will shoot my gun. So they had to take my gun away from me. So I started missing my gun, and I started calling her Sister Pinky. Sister Pinky will help you out if you haven't confessed the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ as your Savior. Sister Pinky will help you out. So just to let y'all know, so that won't keep going over y'all head because they won't let me live it down.
Nope. After I heard that story, I just had to hear it one time.
The Lord is working on me, and they still won't let it lay down.
Well, I heard, Alondria, and please correct me if this is wrong. I heard that you practice shooting Pinky at cans. It just so happens it's Africans, Mexicans, and Puerto Ricans. Is that true?
You see that? You started something. Who started this?
All right, my next question is for the ladies, and I would love for each lady to answer this. And I will tell you, Shay did take a peek at my notes. So Shay, please just answer the question
No,
and
I
don't
did
add
not.
anything. You did, you lied. How important were your wedding vows?
Are you asking me?
Any lady? I would like to hear from the ladies.
Very important. Obviously, we're here.
Okay.
My wedding vows were very, very important. I think early on I had a problem with submission, and I'm not ashamed to say that now because I understand it better. So submission does not mean like a slave to your husband. It just means to me, basically, I'm a helpmate, but you have to be worthy of submission too. So Jeff and I, about 10 years ago, we were not really getting along. We were not communicating well. And we separated for about a year to get ourselves together. So in that part of getting ourselves together, we came back together. Thank the Lord for that. And I understand submission. So the marriage vows are very important. Submission to a worthy person to be submission to is also a great thing. And if I had to judge my husband from that time we got back 10 years ago, my husband would get an A because he makes sure that I am protected and I am covered with anything that I need. And we both understand submission. He's submissive to me like I am submissive to him. So yes, marriage vows are extremely important to us.
I have to say that our vows have evolved past, how can I say this? When we were so young when we got married, number one. I don't think we understood the weight, the breadth, the width, of marriage totally. I mean, we knew that we wanted to be married. And then plus we were in a religion that required us to be married before we did the do. So a lot of that of us being married probably was, just trying to make sure that we can legally have sex. I hate to say that. So, but in the eyes of God, we'll just put it that way. But over the years, our vows have evolved. I like to say that when we first gave our vows, it was in front of a judge at the Justice of Peace in a room full of other people. And so we were so young and so ill-equipped. And I came from a very toxic family, even though we both came from families with both the mother and father in the home. But my parents' marriage was very toxic. So I brought a lot of toxic habits with me. I didn't know how to communicate well. I was Detroit 313, throwing chairs and arguments. I mean, just being ridiculous and over the top.
You from the west side?
Oh, no, east side all day.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
So once he got rid of East Side Spencer, once I started growing into myself and learning that some of my the reasons why I started arguing was out of my own insecurity, start working on me, and lots of therapy, not just with my husband, but alone doing the work. I was able to break some of the toxic habits that I had, able to look at some of my own background and identify toxic behaviors and took a hard look at myself. So once I started evolving, I didn't have so many problems with submitting to a man, no more than he had problems with submitting to me and some things. I think it's a mutual submission that we've learned that works for us over the years. Some things that he's going to be quite naturally great at or better at than me. And so those things that I submit to him and, let him take the lead in. And then there's some things like he says that I might be better at, and some things he just submits in those areas. But I mean, it's never that I've never felt, that he was domineering. I think if from my background, had he been a domineering man, I'd be in jail somewhere. But we have evolved as we grow together and give each other room. We grow together. And so the marriage vows change. It means so much more now that I'm older.
Okay. It's
sorry.
cool. No,
Talking so long.
No, that's a great
Okay.
that's a great response. Yeah. Shay is similar to you. She definitely gives me the opportunity to lead in certain areas. she makes sure to tell me which way to go, so I can lead. But she still will let me lead. So now one thing and I'm joking on that, of course, but one thing that I heard you guys say is submitting. One thing that our pastor, when he married us, he said he was not going to take out the vows was obey.
And I didn't ask, so wasn't asked.
No, she didn't ask, but she also didn't obey either. But so she's consistent there. Was honor and obey in you guys' wedding vows?
No.
It was okay.
No.
Spencer's like, nope, it wasn't.
Miss Montgomery, I hate to chime in, but I remember the wedding. I remember doing the rehearsals. Even though you didn't exactly say it, you was like, I don't know about that obey part. And I remember the pastor trying to tell you exactly what it meant. I don't know about that obey part. So you had to do a lot of praying about that obey. And we were just sitting around there just chuckling. Every time when you guys were saying your vows in front of the pastor, when he got to that part, I'm like, oh man, please, I hope she doesn't say I don't know about obey. Wasn't it getting ready to come out though, Shay? Was it getting ready to come out?
No, no, and I've done a good job at obeying since, right, babe?
We are in the same room. The lightning just might come to my baby toe, so I'm not going to answer that. Moving along, what advice would you guys give to your younger self, knowing having all the knowledge you have now in life, in marriage, in submitting and everything? What advice would you give yourself as a young married couple?
May I go first?
You sure can.
Let's say Alondria and I, we're not married, but that's going to be announced. She's a wonderful woman, and I absolutely would love to have her as my wife. So,
are you proposing right here on the Ear Hustling podcast?
I can't propose without a ring. But
she sells jewelry.
You know what? She doesn't sell men's jewelry. She doesn't sell men's.
I'm sure she can introduce you to a good jeweler. Her.
Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure with our shoplifting backgrounds, I could probably get somebody in this panel to get me a ring. except for a laundry. But when you are in a relationship, especially when you are dealing, with people with alpha personalities, and everybody on this panel is either an alpha male or an alpha female, you have to learn the strengths and the weaknesses of the person who you're in a relationship with. And you can't take fussing and arguing personally. You have to allow somebody to be themselves. Even though we're couples, we're still individuals. The one thing that I know about Alondria is very passionate about the things that she talks about, whether it's big or whether it's small. Me, I'm passionate about it too, but I'm kind of a one problem at a time person. If there's a problem at 5 o'clock, I'm not thinking about the 4:59 problem. I'm not thinking about the 5:01 problem. I'm taking care of that problem. If I can't take care of it, then move on. She's projecting into the future like most ladies do. So I know y'all get on our case by just kind of being short-sighted, not thinking about the future, just kind of thinking about the here and now. That's where we balance each other out. And then I love to serve. Like I'll do anything for Alondria. We both could be in the same room. It could be something that's right next to her. I'm trying to pick it up and give it to her. That's my way of serving her. So I want to let her know that whether it's big or small, you're not in it by yourself. It's not it's not you, it's us. And that's what I would tell my younger self, just going back into the past, is like, make sure that you serve your woman and your woman knows that you value her for the big things and the small things.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback what my wife said about submitting and how we have to learn each other. Early on, I would tell a younger version of ourselves to, the things that we used to argue about really weren't that big a deal. You have to pick your battles. And a lot of that stuff that looking back that we argued about really wasn't worth arguing. It's not important anymore. The things that I look back that we used to argue about. And then I must say, the time that we separated for a year, since we've been back together, our marriage has been stronger than it's ever been, even at the beginning of our marriage. And I thank God for that. And I thank God for my wife. Was able to see the light. You know, I was able to see the light, and we got back, and it's been like this rebirth of a great love affair. I mean, I love my wife more than I ever have. From the day I met her to now, it's been like, it's incredible. The time that we had off just made us that much stronger. And again, if I was to tell a younger version of us, just take your time and pick your battles. Everything is not worth arguing about. You know, there's more important things like building a future and having kids and all of that is more important than arguing and fussing and fighting about little or nothing. So that's what I would give advice to a younger couple like ourselves.
Awesome. So real quick, Simon and Spencer, they had to go. They had a prior event, so they had to leave early. They definitely want to thank everyone for having them, as well as listening to their stories as well. Shay, do you have anything to add?
Yeah.
Yes. So
You're on mute.
sorry.
Okay. Yes. So something that I feel I would have or would tell my younger self, I feel James and I should have discussed our parenting styles. So I came into the relationship with a child, and we ended up in a lot of arguments over parenting. And I think that's something that we should have discussed and established earlier on, you know, seeing that Princeton was about 6 when we got married. So it ended up working out. We ended up with a system of good cop, bad cop, and it worked out pretty good. But I think that's something that I would focus on.
And I would agree. I think that would be a good conversation to have. And something I always tell young couples now is, and they don't have to ask me, you know, but if they do, I'll still share it. And that is plan for the marriage, not just the wedding. You know, and I think we put a lot of emphasis on that day. And it's funny, you know, we put a lot of emphasis on that day planning. But I remember, and I'm gonna tip my hand here, but yeah, don't judge me either. But on our wedding night, I remember Shay and I looking at each other like, now what? You know, what do we do now? You know, and several days later, we still had that question, like, what now? We no longer have a big event to plan. You know, so definitely plan the marriage, not just a wedding. That's advice I would give our younger selves.
I tell people all the time that it's cool to have a big wedding and all of that and all the fanfare that comes along with it, but keep in mind, you still have to live afterwards.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
When I got with Jeff, he already had 2 children, Shay, so we had the similar situation. So our daughter is now 31 and our son is 29, and we had Brianna together. She's 17. And I never dated a guy. I was a single society. You know, I never dated a guy with kids. And the first thing he told me, if you're going to be in my life, this is a package deal, because he was raising his kids all by himself. And their mother was deceased. And I was just so impressed. But at the same time, I was like, oh my gosh, he got 2 kids. Oh my gosh. But it's always a fine line. And in our family, and Shay, you know this, we don't say steps or halves or anything. You know, our family, we take in everybody, don't we, Shay? So,
Most
you know,
definitely.
it was, yeah. And we blended our family for 4 years before we decided to have our daughter. And she's the glue to everybody. But I adore my daughter. I adore my son. I adore my youngest baby. And of course, I have a granddaughter. We have a granddaughter too. So, you know, with blended families is different because it can make you or break you. But Jeff, I let him lead with the children, and I was just a helpmate. But then, you know, he just, you know, me being me, you know.
Let me stop you right there.
Me being me,
Hold
you know,
hold on, let me stop you right there. You can't say get off there. Talking about a helpmate. Listen, this woman jumped in with both feet. Didn't miss a beat, never said step, took them in as her own children and raised them as such. And I commend her so much for that. I really love the way she took to my kids as if they were her own. And I think that was I know that was the best decision I ever made, is to marry my wife. I knew I had the right one.
Aw,
That's sweet.
I can't back that up.
Jay, can I step in for a moment, because they done said something that just touched me. And like I said, I have 5 kids, and everyone is grown except for my 17-year-old. I have 2 grands. Well, my 2 grands are 6 months apart. Have a granddaughter that's not even a month old yet. And even before that granddaughter was born, Eric was already walking around like he was the grandfather. First of all, we thought we was gonna have a boy, and we ended up getting a girl. So we went and bought all of these boy clothes, and when the girl came, he stepped right on up and said, well, okay, go right on to the store. Don't worry about this, don't worry about that. Go ahead and buy everything that they need for my 6-month-old grandson. He calls him Mr. Baby. And y'all, literally all he have to do is hear Eric's voice and he lights up. I mean, he don't see his face, he's just looking all around. We FaceTime him. And so just, even though we're not married, my kids, they call him sometime. If they can't get in touch with me, they already have his number, all 5. Mm-hmm. And so even though we've only been together a year, they don't really know him like that, other than, actually, I think one of them has met him. And she was very young, but they will call him as if though that's their dad. The 6-month-old grandbaby already loves him. And I just think that it's a wonderful thing to have somebody in your life that you're not even married to, but your kids. Yep. If your kids can cling on to them like that, then you know you're in a good space.
Well, thank you. Your kids are very easy to love.
Yep. No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
X, and you will find it out.
It's all about the treatment. Exactly. It's all about the treatment. So,
exactly. That's what that came from. It's all about how you treat them. You don't treat them no different than you would treat your other kids. They feel that, and they haven't even been around you enough to know. So that's being in a special space, because I know from past experience, a couple of them don't even like their own dad. Right. They call you before they call their dad.
Right. It was,
and then, it's bad to say. The one that has the 6-month-old, she won't even take her baby to see her dad, but she'll call up here for Eric because she want her baby to talk to him. Because he gets so excited just because he looks like a little old man. And Eric, hi, Mr. Baby. He gets so excited.
How cute.
I just can't wait to see them unite together personally, because he gets so excited just by looking on the camera to see him.
That's a no-brainer. You know, my daughter was 8 and my son was 6, and now they're 31 and 29. So that was a no-brainer to me for them. I just jumped in and did what, I was taught to do, and I love my children. I love my children, and I adore my granddaughter. So yeah, Alondria, I agree with you with that.
So I have another question. Jeff and Shani, what keeps things going for you guys? How do you keep things new?
We always do stuff. We do everything together.
Jeff is very, very funny. Like you, James. Like he makes me, I can be so mad and he'll do something so goofy and I start laughing. So he has the humor. They do call me the fun police sometimes because I can be too serious. But he does have the humor with that, but he makes me laugh. He's making me laugh for 24 years. So, we just act like we're just best of friends. Like I get to have a sleepover with my best friend every night.
Yeah, and we do different things. Like we have concert nights, we have date nights. We sometimes I'll put on a concert on YouTube. We'll watch old school concerts, pop some popcorn, have movie night, and we go out just riding. Sometimes listen to music. We talk. We do a lot of stuff together. We pretty much inseparable. I know it's just sickening. Don't judge me.
You know what? No judgment here. Shay and I are sewn at the hip, and I say that in a great way. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, Shay, what would you say that we do to keep things new.
Just like Shani said, you know James's personality. So I'm a lot more serious, I think, than James. But so he always keeps me laughing. As you guys see, if you follow us on Facebook, we're always doing things. You have to always date. And I would say communication. If you stop communicating, you're in trouble. It's as simple as that. So always communicate and always date.
Yep, I agree.
Awesome. Eric, you have anything left?
No, not really. I think it's about time for us to go ahead and sign off because Alondria and I have some business to conduct on Facebook Live in roughly 10 minutes. Sorry, we're going to get on there a little later. I apologize, but do things together, not just socially, but also business-wise too. The most successful couples do their business together, and obviously their social together, life together. James and Shay, you guys are a wonderful example of doing literally everything together, whether it's business, whether it's personal. You guys take an interest as if you love it just as much as that other person, even though you may not like it. But because your significant other loves something so much, you seeing an enthusiasm for them makes you love it. So whether you agree with something, whether you disagree with something, whether you like it or don't like it, take an interest in what your significant other likes. Because I guarantee you that love is going to become a little bit more stronger, especially if they know you don't like something, but you're doing it like you like it. That speaks volumes for the love that you have for that person. So make sure you support one another. Make sure you don't go to bed mad. And always pray that it's God's will that the relationship strengthens every day.
You know, Eric, I'm gonna throw something in real quick. I love football. Jeff, everyone on this panel knows this. I love football. Shay does not like football at all. When we first met, she didn't know what a football was. And several years ago, I forget what year it was, but I decided I was going to start a football team. And not even a year into it, a few months in, here was Shay coming along and helping out and doing exactly what you just said, Eric. She was a part of it. Year one, I was the owner. Year two, we were co-owners. Year three, we were co-owners still, but she did not miss a game. She was always there and being very supportive. So, you know, I don't have anything else. Panel, thank you all for being on the show today. We're up against the hour. Shay, specifically to you, I want to say thank you. I want to say I love you. Thank you for putting up with me for so long. And as I said recently, I look forward to many, many, many more years with you. I love you. And thanks, everyone, for being on. You have tuned in to another episode of the Ear Hustling Podcast. You heard it from our mouth to your ears. Thank you all once again.